Hey friends, and welcome back to Sewing from Scratch. I am Kate, and this is where I teach you everything I know about sewing, and we learn more together along the way. Today, as you can tell from the title of this video, we are comparing 3 different free t-shirt patterns. Let's just hop right in. So the patterns we're looking at today are the Do It Better Yourself Anything But Basic Tee. This is the pink one. We are looking at the Elbe Patterns Sage Tee. This is the olive green one. And we're also looking at the Buttons and Bibs Elemental Tee. This is the tealy, turquoisey color. I have not made any of these patterns prior to this video. There are a couple other patterns I could have tried that were recommended. I have made the green style green tee before quite a few times. I actually really like that top on me, but I was limited to just 3 patterns this time because I only had these 3 different cuts of fabric that were the same. I was also recommended the Sonia Estep Magnolia Tee. It's really similar to the Elemental Tee, so I think I just chose Buttons and Bibs just because they're Canadian. I'm not really sure in the end why I ended up going with that one. Speaking of Canadian pattern designers, if you were unaware, I created a video sharing all the Canadian designers, and I also created a spreadsheet that you can go to and see them all listed in one place, and you can save it, and it's a living document, so I will be updating it. In fact, I've updated it a couple times since posting, just with others sharing their pattern designers that I didn't know about, and there is now a bags tab on there as well for bag making. So if you haven't already, go check that out. I will link it down in the description box here, and enjoy. Alright, so let's start with a quick overview of each pattern. The Do It Better Yourself Anything But Basic, like I said, I have never made this before, but I have made the kids version. It's my favorite t-shirt pattern for my kids, so I had high hopes for the women's version. There is also a men's version, and they are all free. So this is a curved, closer fit t-shirt, as you can see from this footage. The Elbe Sage Tee, however, is actually considered a men's wear t-shirt. Obviously that just means it's a straight cut and does not have curves to it, and you'll see from this footage that it is definitely oversized. And then the Buttons and Bibs Elemental Tee is also a closer fit, curved style t-shirt. So I also want to say I didn't make any adjustments to these. There's one pattern that I graded for the size, but I didn't do any like full bust or length adjustments or anything like that. I wanted this to just be true to the pattern. So like my last comparison video, I'm actually going to just break this down into categories and then compare the 3 throughout the categories, and I guess kind of say which one is my favorite, which one I would choose in that category, and then at the end my overall favorite. So let's start at the beginning with size range. The Do It Better Yourself Club has a significant size range from 00 to 36, and that equates to a 31 to 63 inch bust. They have actually 2 different size ranges or blocks, I guess. So they have a Mrs. size range and then a curvy size range, and they overlap I think by like 4 or 6 sizes. So I ended up making the curvy size 14 because that was exactly where my measurements were. I could have also made the Mrs. size 16, but the curvy 14 actually just fit better with my personal measurements, which are down in the description box below. I have started doing that for every video going forward. And then the Elbe Sage Tee, they have alphabetical sizing, but they go from a 34 inch chest to a 48 inch chest. And for the Sage Tee, I made size E, and then I think I graded to size G at the hips. But I don't really think I would have had to do that. In fact, I think I should have sized down a few sizes, and the length you'll see is quite long on me. And then the Buttons and Bibs pattern goes from size 00 up to 44 plus, and that equates to a 31 inch bust all the way up to a 71 inch bust. So they win on size range. I made a size 16 in the Elemental Tee, and I think it's my exact size. And they do also have full bust options. I did not go with the full bust option because my sizes were very similar to what was there, but it means you don't have to do a full bust adjustment, so love that option. All right, next category is what format do these patterns come in? Before this video or before this comparison, I probably wouldn't have really cared too much about this. I mean, it's a PDF pattern, it's gonna be able to print at home, but now I have a projector. If you watched my last video, you already know this, but I have started using a projector for sewing. So that means I am paperless going forward. So I project the image onto the fabric and cut it out. This is great when pattern companies have projector files, but not all of them do. So let's see where these 3 patterns stack up when it comes to accessibility of their patterns. So the Do It Better Yourself Club obviously comes with the PDF print at home version, but it also comes with an A0 or an A0 file. If you're not sure on that, I do have some videos that I will link below on large format printing. It doesn't have a projector file, but because it does have that copy shop version, I am able to use that with my projector, although it's not ideal, but it is very handy. The Elbe tee is the same. So I could either use PDF Stitcher for the print at home version, or I can just throw up that copy shop file on my projector and use that to cut out the pattern, which is what I did. And then the Buttons and Bibs Elemental Tee actually has a projector file. So I believe all of her patterns have a projector file, so it makes it super handy, super accessible, super fast, super eco-friendly. Love that option. All right, now on to the options of the versions offered with the patterns. The Do It Better Yourself Club wins. They have 3 different necklines and 4 different sleeves to choose from. So that's the scoop neck, the crew neck, and then the high crew neck, and the short sleeve, elbow length, 3/4 length, or long sleeve on their t-shirt. The Elbe Sage has 0 options. It is a crew neck with a short sleeve and 1 length. And then the Elemental Tee is close second. They have 2 neckline options, so either scoop or crew, and then the 3 sleeve options. So they have short sleeve, 3/4 length, and then long sleeve. All right, moving on to the instruction category. Who has the best instructions? Starting with Do It Better Yourself Club again, they have the best instructions. They have, honestly, as a non-beginner, they have too much in their instructions, but it is great for beginners if you're new to working with knits, if you're new to adjusting patterns to fit you, if you're new to, I don't know, printing out PDFs. They've got all of this information before you even get to the instructions of the actual t-shirt. The Sage Tee has virtually nothing. It's got your sizes and then it jumps right into the tutorial. So if you are a beginner, I don't know if that would be the best pattern to start with in terms of the hand holding during the sewing process. And then the Elemental Tee from Buttons and Bibs is very good as well. They have some information there on working with knits and things like that. So also a good option for a beginner. Moving on to the category of sewability, they are all the same. There's no reason to compare them here, really. They are all basic t-shirt patterns. You sew the shoulder seams together, you sew the sleeves on, you sew the side seams, you sew the neckband, you do the hems. They all have 1-inch hems on the shoulder and on the waist, so that is very easy to just go through and work on. They all have 3/8 inch seam allowances, so if you are making more than one at a time, it's easy to remember that. And the last category is just overall fit. So which one do I like the fit of the best? It's not the Elbe. After I realized that this was not going to be as similar as the other 2, I kind of wished I had gone for something different to make it more comparable, but this one is easily just wiped out, and so it's between the Do It Better Yourself Anything But Basic Tee and the Buttons and Bibs Elemental Tee. I don't know which one I like better. I think I'm gonna have to wear them a little bit more to see which one I like better, but in terms of like winning, I think the next one I would make would probably be the Elemental from Buttons and Bibs, just because it has the projector file. So So thank you so much for watching this comparison video. If you guys like these types of videos, give this content a big thumbs up. I actually do like making them because I'm a research nerd at heart, I guess. I don't know. So if there are any suggestions, you can leave them down in the description box below for future comparison videos. If it's shorts, if it's swimsuits, if it's two different patterns that you've been looking at but you don't know which one would be better for you, leave that down below and I will definitely do my best to make that happen for you. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you hit that subscribe button so I can see you in the next video. Bye!